Hello, everybody. It is your girl Presh, and I'm back with another video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss an upload when I upload a video. And don't forget to share my videos wherever with whoever so they know you rocks with your girl though. Don't forget to check the description bar down below. You found all of my perfectly curated playlists as well as my socials to the Facebook. Y'all please add the Facebook, okay? Y'all add the Facebook. We could be able to talk over there and interact and all of that, okay? And don't forget to add IG as well, okay? I'm gonna start getting better at doing reels. That's kind of like my task at hand, to start doing like more reels and stuff so they could be down there on the social medias. Anyway, um also, Vlogmas is upon us, children. Yes, we're gonna start recording content for Vlogmas next week, and then it'll be set to premiere. So you're gonna get 12 days of Vlogmas. Okay, that's gonna be 2 weeks, 6 days apiece. So I'm not playing. I got it situated. I got it all figured out, the whole 9 yards. This year's Vlogmas is gonna be more put together and less chaotic than last year's. Okay, because last year Vlogmas stressed me clean out. But please go ahead and catch up on last year's Vlogmas so y'all can anticipate what to anticipate for this year. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. This is a Whatcha review on Black Cake, my new favorite series. I love this little Hulu series. And this is the review for episode 4, Mrs. Bennett. Okay. If you haven't already, episode 1, 2, and 3 is up. Episode 1 is its own video, and 2 and 3 is a video together because I realized I started telling episode 2 and 3 in the same video. So episode 4 gets its own video. So of course we open back up with where we left off in episode 3 with Covey Eleanor telling us that she decided she didn't want to be invisible no more. And so she go over there and she talked to Gibson. And, Gibson basically let her know that he thought she was a goner child. R.I.P. Okay. Going up to yonder. Okay, to be with the Lord. And so, she basically tells him that, she tell him about the accident and everything, but she don't tell him about the assault. And she basically tells him that, she loves him, he loves her. He tried to move on, but she ain't you. Okay, them heifers one Covey. So of course she tell him she wants to take it slow because she's still, a little hesitant after the assault. And so after that they decide to date. So, they dating, they chilling, they hanging out, and one day they at the movies and they reminiscing about the fact that, on the island that they're from in Jamaica, it's always hot and muggy and they always want it to rain. And it's always raining down there in London. So as they was standing outside the movies waiting for the rain to slack up, the little fast tail heifer, I still don't know her name, sees her. She was like, Coventina, oh my God, I thought she was dead. Where is Ellie? Where's Eleanor? And she starts freaking out and she runs off. And she basically tells Gibson like she can't do this, because it's a lot for her. And so he basically proposed to her and tell her, look, we could go somewhere and start over. And so they wind up going to America and starting over. They got married, and we find out that Gibson is Bert, her husband. So they done moved to America and changed their entire identities. They went from being Covey, and Gibson to Eleanor and Robert, or Bert, or whatever that man name is. And so she was like, yes, y'all, Gibson is y'all daddy. I was like, okay, because I thought the lawyer man played by Colonel Taylor was Gibson, but I'm thinking, was he really gonna let the love of his life be out here? So I kind of like the fact that she married the love of her life. So of course she tell him about how her and Gibson, they got married, they raised their children here in America, and how it was hard for them, being completely different people than who they was. And they do flash back to like a scene, a moment where he wound up calling her Covey because they was playing Pictionary with the kids, and he was like giving swimming or something. Mind you, when he called her Covey, she kind of looked and paused. Mind you, them kids weren't paying no attention because they were sitting up there laughing or whatever. So it didn't click to them that the daddy called her Covey. Now, mind you, even if they did catch it, and he would have, they would have said, Dad, why did you call Mom Covey? And he could have said, it's my little nickname for her. Lovey Dovey, Covey. Could have came up with a quick line. You got to be quick on your toes, baby. You got to be quick on your toes. So, of course, she was upset and she ran in the room and he came in there and he apologized to her. And, she was like, maybe we should tell the kids or whatever. I think Bert said that. And, eventually when Benny came in the room, she changed her mind. But as she was talking on the voice note, she basically said that she feel like she should have told them because what happened with Benny probably wouldn't have happened. Basically, her running off. So then we finally get the backstory on why Benny wasn't fucking with her family for a whole 8 years. Like, girl, what happened? So come to find out that Benny is bisexual. I thought she might have been like a full lesbian, but apparently she's bisexual. And her father, Bert Gibson, Bert Gibson, he of course being raised on the island, and how they didn't play that that gay shit. Basically had a problem with one of her young ladies because she basically was in school for art or cooking or something or another, and so she was dating this girl named Joe. I'm gonna call her Joe. So she was dating this girl named Joe, and Joe basically wanted to meet her family, and it was kind of a situation where she kind of pressured. Now, Joe feel like she didn't pressure that girl into meeting her family, and you did. Because here's the thing. I understand when people who are out with their sexualities tend to date people who aren't out like that, and there's always this whole, I don't want to go back in a closet. You can't make me go back. Okay, it's the whole Stevie, I'm not going back to the strip club type situation. And it's like, baby, let me tell you something. It's cool that you is out and you free, but not everybody has that safe space, especially when it comes to their family. You kind of do have to have kid gloves with your peoples, because that ain't their thing. And you can either try with them, and sometimes trying with them will then become trying on your patience, and it will tap dance on your everlasting nerve. Okay, as a proud bisexual, baby, I know. Okay, because it's sometimes my family says some ignorant shit. I be like, okay, now. Like, black people in the LGBTQ plus IA community, it will always be a fight, especially when you are a black person who is a part of the black community and the LGBT community. It's just like, oh my god, like it's a lot. So I understood where Benny was coming from, because it's like, baby, we gotta take this slow. We gotta slow walk this, okay? We can't go in there boom, pow, 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 waving the flag like we're queer. We here, girl. No, we can't do that, okay? They love me, but they not here for that, okay? And I know that sound bad, but that's just reality. Um, so she, of course, wound up introducing Joe to her peoples or whatever. The mama gave a hug. She was excited. The brother, his old looking girlfriend, was there, and the daddy was kind of like, "Hey, how you doing? All right, all right now." Baby Gibson, Bert Gibson wasn't here for it. Okay, so they sitting at the table, and they got to talking, and they was asking Benny about schooling and stuff like that. And that heifer basically told her mom and daddy she done dropped out of school because she want to be a waitress. And they was like, what? And when that girl said she dropped out of school and Bert Gibson went to going off, all I could think about is that one clip episode from the Cosby Show where Sandra told Cliff and Claire that she wasn't going to law school or whatever, and Claire told her, I she started telling her how much money they paid for her to go to law school, and Claire said, "Bitch, run me my money. Bitch, better have my money." Like, that's what how I felt Bert was coming at Benny, like, Okay, this sis, you gonna need to refund me all my money I just spent on sending you to culinary school or art school, graduate school, all the schools, honey. Run me my money. Where my money at? Because now you down here, a waitress at a cafe, learning from this world famous chef. Good for them. But what about you? Because what you learning at the cafe? Being a waitress? Like, and I felt like that scene, Benny wasn't able to like express what she was. I felt like what she should have said was she was learning how to run a business and not being a waitress. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what she meant was run a business, because she talked about opening her own cafe and making her mama's famous black cake and stuff like that. And I felt like that's what she meant. She wanted to open up her own like small intimate cafe type situation. And so it pissed Bert Gibson on when she basically sat there and said, all that shit you wanted me to do, now that wasn't for me. And so he started going off and basically cussed her out and was like, one day you like men, the other day you doing this. And she was like, so that's the problem. Y'all don't accept me. And you know, Eleanor sat there and I felt like she wanted to tell her in that moment, like, I accept you for who you are. But Bert Gibson was so hot and heated and was going off, and Eleanor jumped up and she got the cussing. I mean, not Eleanor. Benny got up and got the cussing whole family out. And so, what's the brother name? Byron was basically trying to like smooth stuff over. She's like, don't take up for him. Cause that's how they feel. That's how all y'all feel. And so she run out the house or whatever. Joe tell him it was nice to meet you. They go outside. Benny cussed Joe out. And Joe was like, and I was like, yeah, because you pressured that girl into bringing you over here to meet her parents when she told you this one that. And you wanted to meet her mama and daddy so bad. So you met her mama and daddy. And her daddy sat there and dogged you out at the goddamn dinner table. I bet your ass won't ask nobody else to meet their parents, because Gibson done cussed you out. Clean out, honey. Baby, couldn't be me. Okay, but anyway, after that, she basically broke up with Joe and got in her car and left. And I was like, well, how did that girl get there? Did she Uber there? Because she left that girl standing out front her mama and daddy house. And I'm just like, Gibson gonna come out and cuss that girl out again. Like, you wasn't gonna drop off, give her a ride nowhere. You just gonna leave us stranded outside your mama and daddy house? Baby, Benny a fool. So after that, we fast forward to, I guess, maybe a year or so later. And now Benny got art in an art gallery. And then we meet this white man named Steven, who I got a whole different name for him, and I'm gonna tell y'all that in a minute. So she meets Steven, and Steven like this art executive man. I'm not sure where he come from. I think he might be like Australian or British or something, because he had a little accent on him. And so, you know, he around here parading her around like I got an analogy for how he was parading her around, child. But he was around here parading her around and just was so happy to have his little prodigy. And they was sitting at the table and all the people was like, yeah. And the one white lady told her, like, girl, you should be happy that Steven, whatever his name is interested in you. And, you know, all of this stuff and getting the attention or whatever the case may be. So after that, she run into Joe, because again, it's like a year or two later. And her and Steven went to the movies and they run into Joe on the street. And Joe was like, hey, Benny, girl. Actually, I think she called her by her whole name, Bonita. And she was like, hey, Bonita, girl. And she was like, oh my God, Joanna, whatever her name is. How you doing, girl? And Steve was standing there all upset. And it was like a dick measuring contest between him and Joe, because he felt, what's the word? Intimidated or whatever. And I guess it's because, you know, Benny ain't introduced him for real. He was just standing there. Now, I'm the type of motherfucker, I'm introduce myself. Hey, how you doing? How you? Who is you? How you? Okay, what's up? Like, baby, you ain't gotta introduce me. I'm gonna introduce myself. Who is you? Okay, who this for? What's going on? So after that, she was like, girl, I hope you doing all right. And she was like, I hope you talk to your parents and stuff like that. And don't hold on to grudges and stuff like that, because life too short or whatever, being all positive and stuff. So they go back to Benny house and Steve Kirk out. And I said, oh, I know you lying. And baby, he went from being Steve to White Ike. Yup, y'all heard what I said. His name is White Ike, honey. He turned into Ike Turner. He got the cussing out, talking about, oh, so you just was gonna stand there and flirt with her and da 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 da. And she was like, what is you talking about? And next thing I know, he pick up something and throw it at her. She duck in the nick of time, honey. And he bust up on her mirror. And she was like, I don't know if she told his ass to get out or he left on his own accord. And she in there crying on the floor. I said, bitch, you better get up before White Ike come back and you gonna have to stab him up. Cause bitch, White Ike got us fucked up. So of course White Ike come back. And this is why I call him White Ike. Cause he came back with his little apology. And I think he bought her ass some flowers. So I didn't like that I did that to you. And she's standing up there crying. Bitch, if you don't close that door in White Ike's face, ain't nobody got time for White Ike and his foolishness. So after that, I think White Ike get the hunching again. Next thing you know, I think she'd have moved in with White Ike. She get to ignore her mama phone calls and stuff. Next thing you know, she over there in the bed with White Ike. And her mama, I think her mama or her brother called and told her daddy died. Mind you, she ain't spoke to this man in 2 years. At this point, she get up getting ready to go. Here go White Ike and Kirked out again. What you going over there? I'm your only family. They don't care about you. They ain't did X, Y, and Z for you the way that I did. Basically, you just gonna leave me like all the mother suckers did, anime? This what you finna do? And she got to talk to him. Next thing you know, but he done bopped up in her face. I said, Lord have mercy. He is White Ike for real. So of course, she's sitting there on the floor with a black eye and a busted up lip, and I think she had a broken nose. And she's sitting there holding her funeral clothes. I believe her brother kept calling her, figuring out whether or not she was coming. So she get dressed, and she's sitting outside the funeral with her Mary J. Blige not gonna cry no more sunglasses on, and then she took them off her face, and I'm talking about that eye was, ooh baby, she had a shiner. I said, Benny girl, if you don't put them sunglasses on and get your stupid ass out that car. But instead, she put the sunglasses on and drove off. Mind you, present day, White Ike then showed back up. And she hunched on him. You heard what I said. White Ike showed back up and they hunching again. And I'm like, for real, like, girl, goodbye. So after that, but White Ike showed up because he had ulterior motives about them selling some art piece or something that they had collaborated on, i.e., he gave her the money or he's put the money up, but she created it, and now he want to get his piece of commission. Anyway, so after that, she go over there to talk to her brother. Oh, mind you, before all of that, his girlfriend showed up, and she showed up, and she get to basically talking trash about Eleanor and how she didn't think it was right that Eleanor waited to have them learn all this stuff after she died, and basically said she felt like it was manipulative. And Miss Old Faced ass lady, baby, we didn't ask you none of this, bitch. Cause first of all, you could go back to New York or wherever the fuck you came from. How about that, bitch? You go back where you come from with your old faced ass. Olivia. That's that bitch new name. I don't give a fuck what her name is on this show. We gonna call her Olivia. Cause she look like an old lady. Bitch, everybody getting new names on here. So Olivia, old dust ass, decides she gonna go ahead and give Byron some pussy. But after she decided to give him some pussy, she gonna fuck up the mood by asking him about work. Bitch, You don't know how to read the room, do you, Olivia? First you come over here to this boy mama house talking shit about his dead mama. Then you got the audacity that you done gave him some pussy to ask him about his job. He was like, really, you gonna do this right now? And she was like, no. He was like, you gonna ask me this because you want to know or you already know? And she was like, I follow whatever that white man name is. I think his name was Michael Jingle. I don't know the goddamn the new boss man, the white man, the new CEO, vice president, or whoever the fuck he is. Oh, she found him on the internet. And she got the popping off again. And I think she said something else about his mama. No, she didn't. She didn't talk about Eleanor. She was talking about how she felt like they didn't give him the job because he was black, and they felt like he was good enough to be the mascot for the company, but wasn't good enough to run the show. And she was like, it is racist, and you need to be madder than all of this. And I'm like, let me tell you something, Olivia. You might be right, okay? Because one thing about it, two things for sure, I sensed a little racialness into it too. But you is already on strike two. Strike one was you coming over here talking shit about his dead mama. Strike two, you the gave this man some pussy, you gonna pour salt in the wound, add an insult to injury, and talk about him not getting a position. Girl, get your shit and get the fuck out of here, Olivia. We ain't got time for your shit. Get your shit and go. Goodbye, lady. Take your pussy and go. Bye. So he put her dusty ass out. And next thing you know, we see what's the sister name? Bennett bring her ditzy ass over there to talk to her brother, and she basically finally told her brother the reason she ain't been around there in 8 years is because she felt like they didn't love her, they judged her, and they didn't care about her. And Bennett was like, baby, we loved you. Wasn't nobody judging you. And of course, she told him about White Ike. She didn't tell him she currently fucking on White Ike, but she told him, excuse me, that she was dating White Ike after her and Joe broke up, and White Ike was over there boom boxing on her, and he was like, I'm so sorry, I wish I would have known that. And I'm like, Byron, you need to sit down and talk to your sister, because your sister is over there back giving White Ike some pussy. And if we know anything about an abusive person, they gonna trick you and make you think shit is sweet before they be bop bop in that ass again. Okay, so Byron, please get your stupid ass sister. Okay, I understand. Like I now that we got this backstory on why Benny wasn't fucking with her family for 8 years, I'ma just say this. Girl, you stupid than a motherfucker for not talking to your mama and daddy for 2 years. Okay, 6 months to a year, you could be mad. After that, you go over there and you talk to them and be like, look. You hit them with this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Okay? I was born this way. Black, white, gay, straight, black. Y'all know the damn song by Lady Gaga. Shit. Girl, we was born this way. Ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. That's it. Like, girl, you were supposed to do that. The fact that you let 2 years go by and your daddy died, you let White Ike beat you up, you showed up at the funeral, and then just 6 more years go by and you don't talk to nobody, and then your mama died, and you ain't seen or spoke to that lady, and now you finding out all this stuff about her, and like, girl, I knew Benny was gonna bother me when I saw her landing there on that floor when her brother kept calling her on the first episode. I knew Benny was gonna work my nerve. And baby, we done got to episode 4, and Benny has clearly worked every nerve I got. But you know who also worked on my goddamn nerve? Olivia and Bert Gibson ass. Cause how dare you, Bert Gibson, you bastard. Oh, and they also show that Covey Eleanor found him, you know, in the bed. He was in there, you know, he didn't wake up. And she was like, Bert Gibson, go on, get up, baby. Bert Gibson. And she bust out crying when she realized he had went on to glory. Okay, so because, you know, we actually seen Bert Gibson going off the glory. Before we end this, we're gonna sing a little A-B selection, okay? Y'all ready? Going up to yonder to be with my Lord. Going up to yonder, going up to yonder, going up to yonder. R.I.P. to Bert Gibson. R.I.P. to Eleanor Covey, baby. Let me tell y'all something. This show is getting good. You know how it's getting good? Because at the end of the episode, they showed Covey Eleanor sitting in the living room, recording everything on her phone, baby. She's sitting there on the phone and she's talking about how she felt like she should have told y'all everything. She felt like she even should have told Bert Gibson about the assault. And she was like, but I feel like it was important for me to tell the story for all of my kids. And she was like, that's right, BMB. I have 3 children. You have a sister. And I said, a sister? Girl, what now? What you say? Hey. Girl, what? A sister. She said 3. 1, 2, 3. One of those things, baby. So now, she got 3 kids. And now they probably got to find their damn sister. And I'm just praying Olivia not the daughter she had gave away. But that's nasty. I just thought, but then again, no. But I don't know. I pray that's not what's going on. But yeah. So now we gotta find the long lost daughter, Eleanor Covey. So which means that it was possibly a year between her leaving Sweden, or a couple months between when she got back to London and when her and Bert Gibson got back together, because she had to have had a baby, right? And she had a baby. And I feel like I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch episode 3 because I feel like I may have missed the clue. But I feel like she had a baby and gave a baby up. So it's a little half black Jamaican Swedish woman somewhere in the world. Oh my God. Are we gonna meet her? Are they gonna meet that sister? Oh baby, they gonna have to do a 23andMe DNA Ancestry.com, ain't it? Ooh. We're gonna have to wait for episode 5 to find out what's going on, y'all. I haven't watched episode 5 yet. But I will. Don't worry. Episode 4 and 5 gonna be uploaded on the same day. But I'm gonna just be in a different outfit when y'all get episode 5. But yeah, y'all, when my girl Eleanor said all 3 of her kids, all 3 of y'all, I was like, oh, baby, Eleanor got more secrets than the Sorcerer's Stone. Okay? The Chamber of Secrets, honey. Eleanor is the goddamn Chamber of Secrets. This lady is Pandora's box. Every episode we learning something new. Because this episode we learned that Bert is really Gibson. She had a baby. Child. This is a good ass show. I may have to read the book after the show is over. Because Black Cake is based on a book. So I'm going to have to read that. I'm going to read the book. And I'll probably come and give y'all a comparison between the show and the book. That is all. That is it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever with whoever so they know you rocks with your girl, though. I love y'all. Bye.